action.
Good evening, friends, family, loved ones,
Good
and
afternoon.
those people that we don't even know.
Is it my good afternoon?
Well, yeah. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to On the Rock. I'm your host, Renee Angelah. I'm filling in for Reverend Dr. Evelyn Underwood and Bishop Dr. Underwood today. And we've got some special guests. Well, just one special guest, but she's been on here several times. We are very, very thankful to Dr. Underwood for their support of this wonderful, wonderful author, Alex S. James. She is the autistic kidpreneur, and we're going to be talking about her books today and her recent travels to a national competition in Baltimore, Maryland for the NAACP Afro-Academic Cultural Technological Scientific Olympics. So, before we get started, though, I will like to just say that our hearts and prayers still continue to go out to the victims of hurricanes Harvey and Irma, and that this is just one more sign of humanity bringing itself together to be as one, as we are all one in this universe. We are made up of the same things that are stars. So we are all part of this universe and we're all connected as one. And so let us remember that when we get into our ego minds of differentiating ourselves by race, class, economic status, culture, religion, anything that separates us, that we are not separated, we are as one. So here we go. Hi, Alex. How are you today?
Tired.
Yeah, I bet, because this morning you were at the Urbanus Farmers Market from, well, you come at 9, but it's from 7 a.m. to noon. So you have been doing the Urbana Farmers Market for how many years?
I have been doing this for 3 years straight.
Oh, 3 years straight. And what do you do at the Urbana Farmers Market?
I sell my books, but I also sell bookmarks, and I used to sell dolls. We might do that again one day.
Okay.
And I also, so I give away bookmarks, I give away brochures, and business cards.
Oh, wow. Brochures, business cards, and bookmarks. And so this is all part of marketing tools for your books that you have. How many books have you written?
19.
You have 19 books. How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18 years old and you have written 19 books. When did you start writing?
I started writing since I was 6 years old, but I didn't start publishing books till I was 9.
Okay, well, what made you start writing at 6 years old? That's impressive for a 6-year-old.
Because my mommy gave me a journal, and I think she told me to like write in it for like free time while we were waiting at the doctor's office. So that's when I started writing a series of books called The Lost Things.
Oh, wow. And what was The Lost Things about?
It was about people looking for items that are missing, such as a grocery shopping list, tissue box, stuff like that.
Oh, my goodness. So at 6 years old, you wrote a series of books called The Lost Things. Mm-hmm. And then at 9 years old, what made you return to writing again?
My mommy told me to write a book.
Okay, and what was that book called?
That book was called Natila.
It was called Natila.
Natila and the Crocodile.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your first book, Natila and the Crocodile. And I'm just going to bring it out because we do have a illustrated copy of the Natila and the Crocodile book. This is the first book that you wrote at 9 years old? Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Natila and the Crocodile.
It's about the little girl Natila who runs away to a forest upset because she couldn't get a crocodile, and there she meets a Spanish-speaking crocodile.
She meets a Spanish-speaking crocodile. And these pictures, did you do all of these pictures? Mm-hmm. So you wrote and illustrated Natila and the crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So here we go. Here is some pictures of Natila with the crocodile. And it looks like on this page they are hiking and they saw a bear. And the bear has appeared saying, "Sniff, sniff, I can smell meat around me." Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. So you have lots of cool pictures. And you did these at 9 years old, mm-hmm. right? Okay, so that was your very first book. Did you write any more books while you were 9?
Yeah, I think so. I wrote Natila in the field, Natila's field trip, I think, at 9.
Okay, so you started this whole kind of another book series, the Natila book series. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the Natila character. What is unique about the Natila character?
She has alopecia and she wears a red bow on her head.
Okay, so what is alopecia for those who don't know what alopecia is?
It's a skin disorder where you lose your hair.
Oh, wow. So here it is that you have created a little girl who has lost her hair and she wears a red bow. And is this a Natila doll?
Yeah, it's Natila doll.
Okay, so she has a little floral dress, I see, and the little red bow that kind of matches the characters in your book. Mm-hmm. How did you come up with the concept of Natila? Did anything inspire you to come up with this figure for Natila?
I think that it was a little girl who I was talking to at school. She showed me that she wore high heels at recess this one time. So that's how I got the concept of a little girl wearing high heel shoes, which is Natila.
Oh, so that is wonderful. And let's see, you have how many titles in the Natila series now?
I have 16 books.
You have 16 books. Can you name the 16 books for us?
So you got Natila and the Crocodile, Natila's Field Trip, Natila Goes to School, Natila Rules, Natila's Halloween, Natila's Thanksgiving, Natila's Christmas, Natila's Valentine, Natila and the Goose, Natila's Worst Day Ever, Natila's Easter, Rose's Mother's Day, Natila visits with her grandparents, Natila's 4th of July, Mr. Easter's new student, and Natila's vacation.
Oh, wow. So that is quite impressive. And of course, we got the majority of the books here. So here are the first 4 titles. And then you got some holiday books here. Mm-hmm. Here's another holiday book, Natila's Valentine and Easter, Natila and the Goose. And then you got Rose's Mother's Day, which is another holiday, the 4th of July. And you've got the visiting with her grandparents. Mm-hmm. Which Natila book is your favorite?
I don't know. I think I like the 4th of July one, and I also like the Mother's Day one. I like the Thanksgiving one.
So you kind of like the holiday books.
And the Easter one, yeah.
What is it about the holidays that you like so much?
I think it's because I really like holidays. I mean, I really like to go out and have fun. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So what kind of things do you do on different holidays? Like, for instance, Halloween is coming up in another month and a half. So what would you normally do on Halloween?
I usually go get candy. Like I have Halloween party and I dress up.
Okay, so you go to a Halloween party and dress up and get some candy from the Halloween parties. Yeah?
Yeah, I think also I really like the Natila visit with her grandparents' house. That's probably another one of my favorites.
Okay. Is it because of the grandparents? I think every kid likes their grandparents.
Yeah.
Because their grandparents are always the fun ones. The parents are usually the fun snatchers, as the Braxtons would say. Mm-hmm. So that's wonderful. So here you've got 16 books in your Natila series. And one of them is quite special. So, do you want to talk a little bit about one of those books that you have recently entered into a contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I entered the Tears Worst Day Ever into the EXO competition, which won me a gold medal for the local competition in EXO. So they sent me to the national competition to compete with the same book, and there I won a bronze medal and the national EXO competition over like 45 people who have entered in the writing category, the short story category, and but in all 39 categories combined, there are 700 people.
Wow, that is a lot of people. So here it is, this national competition. You won locally a gold medal for Natila's Worst Day Ever.
Yeah.
And then they sent the NAACP AXO project sent you to Baltimore, Maryland to compete in the national competition with people all over the nation. Mm-hmm. Wow, and you won a bronze medal. That is impressive. So, tell us a little bit about the worst day ever. Tell us a little bit about the book, Natila's Worst Day Ever.
So it's about how Natila goes to summer camp and she has a bad day. So she's confused about this student who's cross-dressing, and she's also gets bullied by another boy there.
Okay. And so, how does Natila deal with all of these, I'm assuming, new things that she's not usually aware of or been exposed to?
Well, so she deals. So like the teacher, sits down and has a little chat with her about what's been going on and why she's getting upset and stuff. So she decides to call her mom to take her home and out of summer camp because she wasn't getting along with the kids there.
Oh, wow. So that probably was very hurtful that she had to leave camp because she was having a hard time. Mm-hmm. And I imagine that sometimes is this the first time Natila went to camp?
I didn't know. I guess so because I didn't write anything else about her going to camp.
Okay, so I would imagine that most kids, their first time going to camp is kind of hard because they're away from their parents and they don't know everyone. So I'm just going to read an excerpt from well, actually, I'm going to have you read it. Can you read an excerpt or a page from your Natila's Worst Day Ever?
Mm-hmm. She pointed to the girl in the pink dress. This is Nicole. She pointed to the boy in the pink dress. This is John. She pointed to the girl in the pink shirt. And this is Jessica. But we still got more kids coming, so why don't you just be patient and take a look at our room? Natila walked to John. John, why are you wearing a pink dress if you're a boy? Asked Natila. Because I'm practicing all-girls ballet, replied John. I don't think that's a good idea. Besides, where's your tutu? Asked Natila.
Wow, so here is John in this pink dress because he's practicing for a ballet. Mm-hmm. And Natila says, where's your tutu? Because usually ballet dancers wear tutus. So this book here, you won a gold locally and you won a bronze nationally in the NAACP AXO competition. That is really great. How did that make you feel winning the bronze medal in a competition where you're competing against kids of different ages in this category of short stories?
I felt like this was the happiest time of my life. I felt joy. I felt blessed. So I was just smiling the whole day, enjoying my award. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I got a bronze medal. I was so proud of myself. I felt it was an important achievement in my life.
Oh, that is so wonderful. I think so too. And of course, I am Alexandria's mother as well as the interviewer. But I would actually have to say that going to that competition as well and watching you compete in front of the judges and winning that bronze medal, that was a highlight of my life as well. And I just thought that it was such a wonderful experience for you after a decade of writing books, and now you've got national exposure for your books, and an award for you were the top three. You were in the top three, so that's very, very impressive when you're competing against people from all over the country. So I'm with you there. It was very, very happy and wonderful, and just loved the whole experience. Not even just seeing your category of short story, but seeing other people's categories, the entrepreneur category. We saw some dance competitions, and so it was just a wonderful experience seeing all of these different kids, artists. We saw people in science, just everything, and it was just all of these kids from all over the nation, over 700 competitors, and just a wonderful experience to see minorities in all of these different areas through the NAACP Axel program. And so I just think that was just an amazing experience to participate in. All right. So you won this gold medal locally, but also locally you have won another award. You won a silver medal. And so tell us about what you won the silver medal in.
I won a silver medal in entrepreneurship.
In entrepreneurship, and for what?
My Kid Entrepreneur book.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about this Kid Entrepreneur book.
So it's about being an entrepreneur. It's a simple guide. It's about starting your own business and how to be an entrepreneur, and like what's going to happen during your career. It talks about that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I'm using encouraging words like don't give up and always do your best, positive encouragement like that.
Oh, wonderful. So you put in encouraging words, and let's just go through the chapters here. You have 9 chapters, and first chapter 1 is all it takes is inspiration. Chapter 2 is follow your dream. Chapter 3 is create something. Chapter 4, get motivated. Chapter 5, better yourself. Chapter 6, ask for help. Chapter 7, don't give up. That's pretty good. Chapter 8, have confidence. And then chapter 9 talks about the business aspect, naming your product, creating a mission statement, designing your business cards, etc., etc. I want to look at this chapter 7, where it says,
Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. And it says, after I self-published my first 4 books, Natila and the Crocodile, Natila Rules, Natila's Field Trip, and Natila Goes to School, I sold only 1 copy in a year. So then I stopped making so many books thereafter because throughout the years I was worried no one else would be able to buy my books. It made me feel discouraged because I thought that nobody wanted my books. I went on to focus on writing television scripts and movie scripts. And after a 4-year break from the Natila series, I realized that I was fond of the Natila character, and I thought I could try again to see if people would be interested in my new books. Since the holidays were approaching, I came up with the idea to create holiday books. My first returning book was Natila's Halloween. After the new book release, I came up with many more books for the Natila series. And then it says, then you talk about sometimes your creativity just comes back. And it says, by the summer, I've written, illustrated, and self-published 8 more Natila books. Then my mom and I started selling my books at the local farmers market, and they were quite a hit. So very wonderful for that. You even have, I was just looking through here, and you even have something for parents. It says, parents, I want you to know that your child is not an underachiever. Nothing is too hard for them as long as they have your support. You must help your child become the best they can be and get them to become capable children. If they know what they want to be in life, trust them and don't make your child feel like they are wrong. So, do you feel like you're supported as far as your career as a writer?
Yeah. What I just want is an agent, a publisher.
You want an agent and a publisher, so that's what you're looking for next is to get an agent and a publisher to
Yeah.
kind of help you get to that next level of writing. Give as a writer, give some tips for people who want to be writers or just want to inspire to be a writer. Are there any particular things that you do as a writer that helps you in your creative process?
Um, um, what do you mean by helping me with my creative process?
When you write your books, is there anything that you do? Like, do you listen to music or do you go to a park or?
Yeah, sometimes I go like somewhere common, like I may go near water and write. I'm also listening to music helps me write too.
Okay, wonderful. So what other tips are there out there for young writers?
Well, I know that some writers, a lot of writers are scared to write their own books because they're scared of like criticism or something. And I want to tell them, do the best you can. And so what I do is I research a lot about how to create a good book. So for the writers, they can just research a lot about good writing, and if they want to create a book, they should just try to find a way to overcome that and just do the best they can.
Okay. And what about for entrepreneurs, like kids who want to be entrepreneurs? What would you say to them?
I would just with some good luck, and they need and tell them to be capable and do their best.
And what happens like if they get discouraged? What would you get? What advice would you give a kid entrepreneur if they start to get discouraged about their business?
Well, I would just say, maybe, don't give up. You could try it again. Maybe in a few years or so, you might think about going back to it and trying it again, or just keep writing, keep practicing with your business. So that's what I want them to focus on. If that's what they want to do in life, I think they should just go for it and do it.
Wonderful. That is absolutely great advice, and so I'm thankful for that. So here you've got the Tila series, you've got your kid entrepreneurship book, and then you've got a couple more books as well. We're not even finished with the books. So we got a couple more books here. You have a chapter book. This is your first chapter book, Tanya in This Hill. And so tell us a little bit about writing your very first chapter book.
I got the idea of this from a cartoon I watched, like a thriller type cartoon. So I was like, oh, well, I want to create that face like that cartoon. So I was thinking about writing this book about Tanya since like 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I was creating it, but then I stopped. And then my computer crashed, so I lost the file. But I think I previously thought it was going to be like a picture book or something, but I just decided to turn it into a chapter book because, it's a fancy book, and I do a lot of development on it, and, the characters are a little bit older than in the Tila, so I think that's why I want to make them a little bit older.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what is This Hill?
I think it's some type of county or village or something, and it has all these evil creatures there, like zombies and killer toys, vampires.
Ooh. So do you like scary stuff?
Yeah.
You do. What is exciting about scary stuff or fantasy?
Well, yeah, I like fantasy too.
Okay.
So what is exciting about? I don't know. I just maybe because of all the action.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. You know, you're right. A lot of fantasy and sci-fi stuff have a lot of action in it.
And also, I also like fantasy because, they tend to be more unrealistic. I'm not a fan like realistic dramas. I prefer like fantastical stuff,
Oh, wow.
imaginative stuff. So, um, s- yeah, stuff like that than like realistic dramas.
Okay. Well, it definitely shows in your work. Uh, we've got a few minutes left, so why don't we talk about like some of your projects that you're working on now? What are you working on now as a writer?
Right now, I'm working on mostly novels. So, I'm writing one children's story that my mom wanted me to write a while ago, like 1 or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book. It's a book where I create my own nursery rhymes, and I have this little black girl, and she's interacting with the characters in the nursery rhymes. So, and I'm also going to create a poem and where the whole poem at the end by themselves.
Wow.
Because at first throughout the book the nursery rhyme poem it goes together with the story.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm writing that. It's called Walking in the World, a series of nursery rhymes.
Wow, that is quite an endeavor of working on a new nursery rhyme book. Okay, Mother Goose. Alexandria James is coming in.
Yeah,
So
uh,
that's wonderful.
I'm also writing. I'm writing two young adult novels. One is about fairies and one is about an adolescent. And I'm also writing another novel which is more so for children, which is called. I don't exactly know the title yet. I was thinking it might be it's a book that takes place in the 1800s though.
Okay, so that was originally Little Miss Mastermind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still working on that book. How long have you been working on that book?
I think it's like 3 years now. I'm not for sure. It may have been 8 years ago, but I'm not for sure because 8 years ago I started having the dream that inspired me to write the book where me and my friend was in like the past, the pioneer days, and spending our time there. So yeah, that's what the dream was all about. It's us being in us. It looks like that we were in the 1800s, I think. So
Wow, that is
and I
amazing.
also was running around and super fast, like lightning speed.
So here's a book that you got, basically a book idea from a dream. So that's wonderful. You know that sometimes that you get inspiration anywhere, nature, dreams, friends, family, school, wherever you are, you can draw inspiration for your creative endeavors because we are all about creativity. So Alexandria, thank you so much for being on the Rock. You are definitely a rock here as far as an author. And we thank you once again, audience. I mean, I'm just blown away by your dedication and your passion and your creativity and how much it showed out at such a young age. And you were able to do all of these things and, of course, become a national winner for the NAACP Afro Academic Cultural Technological Scientific Olympics. We do have a local NAACP here in Champaign County. I'm sure you could probably just go to a website. I think it's a AXO website. I'm pretty sure it is. And if you want to learn more information about the NAACP AXO project, and then of course we have it here locally, and there are NAACP members that I'm sure that you can get in touch with. So, Alexandria, thank you for coming on the show. And I thank you guys, Dr. Underwood and, well, both Dr. Underwoods will be back next week for a new episode of On the Rock. I am, once again, Renee Angelah, and you can look for me on Instagram, Renee Angelah, Twitter, Facebook, and you can see all about author Alex S. James as well through all of those feeds. At Natila Books is her Twitter, and Alex S. James is the Facebook page. Once again, I'm sending out blessings of peace, love, and eternal bliss. Take care.
Good job, guys.